Hi guys, I've got another page in my Traveler's Notebook for you today and a little challenge as well. Now the February Life Crafted kit from Citrus Twist had all of these amazing acetate pieces in them and I never use acetate. I've got a little bit of a phobia, I guess, about adhering it. I never know how to adhere acetate properly. Tape runner shows through and everything else just seems so complicated. I know there are lots of different ways of doing it, so today I am going to challenge myself to use as much acetate as I can on one page. Now I have already done a page with some acetate and I used the numbers from this pack to be little journaling prompts and I stitched those in with my sewing machine. So I'll show you a wee look here. I didn't use any glue at all. I literally just ran my notebook through the sewing machine. This side I just cheated and stapled the acetate onto the pattern paper before I stuck it into my notebook so it doesn't show through the other side. So again, you can see I've already found two ways of adhering it without feeling too nervous. So this page here, I've got this photo of Shane and Jack the first time they ever met, and some of these acetate pieces were just perfect for that. So you can see I've picked out a very particular color scheme from all of the pieces in the pack, and you can see how many more are left in there. There were tons in there, as there always were are with Citrus Twist kits. So I've picked out all the ones that are this really beautiful fuchsia pink and yellow and black. I do have a little blue one there, but because I thought it worked nicely with the hearts, but I don't end up using it because I really want to stick to this whole pink and yellow and black theme. So because of that, I did print my photo in black and white. It wasn't a great photo to start off with, so I had no problem converting that to black and white, and it really plays on the theme for this page. So you can see I'm just going about arranging these pieces on the page, and I think I've got it pretty much set. I haven't used all of them, obviously. I'm not going to force myself to use every single piece because I would end up covering the page, but I have added enough to bring your eye visually down from the top left to the bottom right. And I was wondering here about adding some pattern paper, but I really don't think I need it. I think there's enough color on the page without adding any more patterns, and the pink of that pattern paper wasn't quite the same pink as the rest of the acetate. So I decided to just leave it as is. Now I'm working in my pocket page notebook today, so I am going to stick all of these pieces that I had so carefully arranged onto the notebook onto a separate piece of paper that I can then slide into the pocket. So I'm just starting with my photo because that's the easiest, and I tell you what, I'm just going to go whole hog and I'm going to stick down all of these acetate pieces with my tape runner. I've been told that you can get a particular vellum tape runner that works really nicely with acetate. I obviously don't have that. I'm just going with my normal tape runner and just seeing how it goes. Now, you can see when I stick this piece down here, you can see the tape runner through it. These black pieces are ideal because the printing's so heavy on the acetate that you definitely can't see the adhesive behind it. But these lighter colored ones, you definitely can, and I'm just gonna have to learn to be okay with it. I think if you worry too much about your page being perfect, you end up with these mental blocks like I have for this, and I don't want to not use all of these gorgeous products because I don't have quite the right adhesive. I just want to be able to use them and enjoy them because they're there. So you can see here, I'm trying not to get too messy with this glue. I think it's what I worked out as I was doing it is that it's better to use more than just a little bit. If you've got smaller printed details that you can hide the adhesive behind, then that works fine, but otherwise I think it looks better the more adhesive you put on because it gives the entire piece like a texture behind it rather than looking like stripes of adhesive. That was what the one thing I've discovered doing this challenge is that that's what I prefer. I prefer to have more adhesive rather than less. So I've only got a few little pieces to go. The other thing that I do love about the acetate pieces, especially coloured ones like this, is when you overlap them, you get that beautiful two-toned effect, and I really do love the different colours you get placing one over your photo or over each other. It's really beautiful. Now I decided to try and disguise the different colours of my acetate from having the adhesive behind it by adding a few of the puffy sticker hearts. Because these hearts aren't exactly the same colours as the acetate pieces, it kind of helps to hide the fact that there is glue behind the acetate, because you get those different tones. So you can see in the pink circle down here, there's a really dark pink where the glue is, and the lighter pink of just the plain acetate. So adding in all those different tones of pink and yellow hearts from the puffy stickers really does help to disguise the fact that there is glue in there. Now, couldn't have been more perfect. This stamp set had this tiny little heart outline as well. So I'm going to stamp that in black just to add a bit more black into the layout in the same places as I've got all of my other acetate and puffy stickers. So I really am creating this really visual diagonal from the top left to the bottom right. And now all I've got to do is fill in this little gap that I've left for my journaling. And I just went ahead and typed that out on my typewriter, just on some scrap paper, and I'm going to cut those into little strips and then glue them into the space. I had been quite strategic when I placed my acetate down to leave a spot for journaling. I didn't know how much I was going to have, so once I had stuck down the acetate, I did sort of have to be careful with my words to make sure that it fits. And then all I've got to do is slip this into the pocket here, and this page is done. Now I tell you what, I'm glad that I took on this challenge, because it really did help me sort of break through this block I had about using acetate pieces, and I definitely won't be scared to use them again. So I encourage you to take on this challenge and make sure you let me see what you create. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there's a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.